Hello all and welcome to another last Epoch build. My name is Bobo and today I have a Werebear for you. As always, a big shout out and thanks to all of you who like, comment and subscribe. You guys are awesome and thanks for doing that. So, on to the build. We are running the Werebear. This is the evolution of it. You need a high level unique for this build to work, as the way it's working. So before that, if you don't have this unique, you can use the swipe Werebear form. I have another video on it, I'll link it. But you can level with it as well. This one is for when you hit level 76 and you can use the unique. What the unique does, it makes the earthquake proc. It procs one time yes and one time no on Maul, as you see that bombs there, that's the earthquake. It procs every 5 seconds. Maul is on a 2.5 or 2.6, I think mine. 2.6, I don't have enough cooldown reduction. But it procs basically one yes, one no. And that's it. Let's get into the build. Alright, let's start with this build. Before we get into the skills, you need this unique for this build to work. What this unique does, whenever we use Maul, it's a non-channel movement speed. It will cast Earthquake every 5 seconds. So Maul has a 2.6, you can put it down to 2.5, my gear isn't perfect. So every other Maul will cast Earthquake, which are these 3 bombs here. So it will deal massive damage to a single target. It's, well, to an AoE, but you basically need it for bosses, because everything else will just die. But anyway, you need the unique. If you do not have it, I have another build with Swipe instead of Earthquake. Alright, we're using Fury Leap, Spriggan form, Werebear form, Summon Spriggan and Earthquake. Again, if you don't have the unique, you will use Swipe. Check out the other build. So, let's start with Werebear form. We went for 5 points in Rampage and Maul damage. It's our, well, we use Rampage mostly for travel, because it will make us travel faster, but it deals some damage. It kills the trash as we were walking through them. 2 points in armor shred as a movement, and then I took base crit for Maul. This will boost its crit by a lot, and the global crit chance by 200. It's really high crit. And then I went 1 point in travel in area, but it's good as well. Cooldown reduction, this is important, get both. You want to get the cooldown reduction, so you have it on at 2.5 seconds. I took 3 points travel in Bloodthirst and 1 point in Skull Crusher. What this does is our Maul will get the Fury Leap tree. So everything the tree that has Fury Leap will be given to Maul. And then I took 2 points in increased minion damage. You can basically put these anywhere, but I like having, we will be summoning vines to supplement our rage, so might as well make full use of them, give them some damage. Alright, Fury Leap, which is giving its buffs to Maul. So Maul, thanks to Fury Leap, has more cooldown, more damage, damage against full health enemies, it's not really great. The chance to summon vines at departure, so every time we jump, we use Maul on a 2.6 seconds, we're summoning 3 vines. This is what will give us rage. I'll explain in a second. I took 1 point in increased global damage. You can put this anywhere you want. 4 points in area. Arguably you don't need 4 points in area, just like hitting a lot of things, but you can change this. 1 point in damage, travel, and 5 points in crit multiplier, because it buffs crit by a lot, and we're going to be using Maul a lot. A few changes you can do is you might want to remove some points in area if you don't want all this area and you don't want the global damage increase, and you can get the pull enemies. So when you use Maul, enemies will be pulled towards you and the earthquake will hit them. I don't think it's really that needed, because the enemies that will survive a Maul and need to be hit by the earthquake are gonna be the bosses, and the bosses you're gonna be hitting, you don't need to pull them. But that's my opinion. You can change, you get the idea from this build, but then play it as you wish. Spriggan form. All we need in the Spriggan is the Garden of Rage. We want vines to be giving us rage. It doesn't matter that we're in Werebear form, it still works. We're still gonna get range from the vines, so we need this ability 100%. Then might as well make them useful, right? So we give them damage, attack speed, damage, chance to poison, we make them range, so it's easier for them to hit stuff. And the last point goes in turn damage, because the vines, the shooters, will get their buff from your shot, so it will apply to them. Alright, summon Spriggan. All we need from the Spriggan is the base crit. This is 8 base crit. So all the percentage crit increase is gonna get boosted from it. Basically our mole has 5% base crit, then it has another 8% from this base crit, so that's 5 and 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, and another 8 from the Spriggan. So that's 21 base crit. So then we start adding crit percent chance, so with 100% crit you basically get that much crit again. It doubles it, so you get 100% crit really easily on mole. Then I took the dodge per attunement. You're not gonna have the highest amount of attunement, but it's some dodge, it helps out with defense. And then I gave the Spriggan some defense. We gave him some health and some armor, because he dies a lot, so might as well make him survive. We only need him for the crit. If you're comfortable with your crit and you don't need the Spriggan, you can get the IceThorn and make it the Ice Barrier Thorn. So you go 1 point travel, 1 point for IceThorn Barrier, 5 points in armor, 5 points in 3 points in duration, 3 point travel in Dagger Thorn, 2 points in Thorns here to make it cast on hit, and 4 points here so it casts more frequently on hit. So basically you'll have the IceThorn again. And then you get Earthquake. Alright, let me stop you right there. Future me here, and when I was editing I realized I made a mistake. Earthquake, I'm gonna change it, so Rupture is gonna have 5 points, 1 point in aftershock damage turned into initial hit damage, and 1 point in initial hit occurs 3 times. So what this does is our Earthquake is gonna hit 3 times. Then 2 points travel in initial damage and increased stun chance, 1 point in area travel, and 5 points in Shatterquake, because it gives 150% extra damage to chilled or frozen enemies. We have some chill chance, and the 150% increase is the most you can get for 5 points. What I had before was 2 points travel here and 4 points here, which initial hit deals damage against rares and bosses by 20%, which I thought was really good, and I thought that we needed the damage just for the bosses, so this was a cost point. But I was wrong. Well, I was right that we needed the damage against bosses. So anyway, I'm gonna take this instead. This one deals 20%, the same 20% damage. Aftershock damage is converted into initial hit damage. So the 20% here to just rares and bosses, here we're gonna get to everything, and we're gonna get some stun chance as well. Again, thanks to this node, aftershock buffs are going into initial hit buff. So this is gonna buff all of the Earthquake, which makes it a lot better. And that's it. Alright, for passives we have Natural Attunement and Primal Strength. You can spread the points as you wish. Here 9 points, you decide where you want to put them. If you're not going for the Spriggan, go for Primal Strength. If you're going for the Spriggan, they're both good. You need Strength for damage, you need Attunement for well, it gives us damage, but it helps us with some dodge as well. 5 points in increased health, points in life leech and increased melee damage, and Berserker. It gives us less damage taken when we're on low health. This is really good, helps us survive. I'm still deathless on this character, and I never really came close to dying up till now. Obviously, don't level as a Earthquake Druid, level as the swipe version. You'll check my other video if you want to level this build. But for the talents, put 20 points here, then go in Beastmaster, get the defensive stuff. Alright. or sign strength that gives us 8 strength and minus 16 damage taken from enemies. Aspect of the boar, 4 seconds is enough. We're buffing aspect of the board to make us get less damage, and we're proccing it on hit. So basically we're gonna have aspect of the board on us all the time, which reduces the damage taken by a lot. I also took savagery and 4 points in increased next melee attack damage. This helps with maul, but this isn't really required. Druid, we went for endurance and armor. Increased damage and elemental penetration. This helps with the earthquake because earthquake is fire damage. Attunement and strength, we need both of them, they're really good. Increased damage while transformed and reduced rage decay, this is really good. No rage decay out of combat, so we can chill and we're gonna stay in bear form all the time. Bush Stalker, I'm leveling this right now, it gives us crit, and when we have 3 points, it's gonna give me some leech on crit. It's really good. Afterwards, I'll go for aspect of might, which makes the strength give me more melee damage. It's really nice. When you're the unique is level 76 requirement. So when you're about level 61, you can start putting points in shaman. So we get the earthquake, so you can buff it. Attunement, it's really nice. Penetration, it's really nice. Again, they're not really that great when you're using the swipe bear. So wait till level 61 before starting spending points here, because they're not really gonna be that helpful. Get the more defensive ability and the more damage before putting points here. And some health and some chill. We get some chill on health here. The chill will help us with the earthquake, because the earthquake has 150% extra damage to chill targets. So this is where we get the chill from. And that's the build. The remaining points, you can put 4 more points in ambush. If you want, you can go for Accent Claw, gives you more damage and melee and minion melee physical damage. I'm not sure if it works with the vines, but you get 2 points of damage per point. It's not that bad. And then the Druid, as I mentioned, aspect of might is very good. And you can go with Force of Nature as well, but if you're going for Force of Nature, you might as well go for the Beastmaster one, because this one gives you 2. And that's the build. I really hope you like it. Please, if you enjoyed this, like, comment and subscribe. And thank you. See you next build. Bye bye.